Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of The Worst Writer in the World, and in fact the final part of this story, Romancing the Howards.
We get to hear the amazing, earth-shattering, game-changing twist.
Oh yeah, so you said it's like Rapunzel, right? Because it's got a big exciting twist at the end.
It's got a big exciting witch at the end.
And I haven't worked out what it is. Again, I've got no idea what the twist is going to be, so I'm looking forward to it. Alright, well, as always, we'd like to say a big, warm thank you to all our supporters on Patreon.
A hot thank you.
A very hot thank you to all our supporters on Patreon who make this show possible, who keep it going. For example, the person who wrote this week's plot so far, Rose Parsons.
Hooray!
Will and Eve, a couple of twats who escaped from a tramp and then had a really long conversation, have spent the last couple of hours getting hammered, breaking into the London Eye and talking about child sex. Now it's morning and it's time to go and witness Eve's nan, Lizzie, have a mad test. The doctor tells Will and Eve that Lizzie is mad, so they leave. Somewhere along the line, Will has bought a picture frame for Eve without her noticing and chooses this emotional moment to present it to her. All women love picture frames, right? Not Eve, apparently, and she lets him know with her face. Before we start, we should probably just mention that in this script there is talk of suicide, and because we are trying to be funny, we do make some jokes about suicide.
Yeah.
We don't laugh at actual suicide. What we're laughing at is the way younger Howard wrote about it. Okay. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Yes, please.
After visiting Eve's gran, Will gave Eve a picture frame to remember him by, and that worried her. Right?
Because it's part of the amazing twist.
Yeah, I expect so. So
He's going
now,
to go to space, isn't he?
in that picture frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, he's going to commit suicide. That's not a twist at
That's
all.
not a twist.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
We know that from scene 1.
Okay.
Right? So he's given her a picture frame to remember him by. That made her a bit nervous, right? So now she's looking for reassurance from him, or as Howard puts it, he sees she is fishing for hope, and so gives her some. Do you mind? I'm a bit busy at the moment. I'm fishing for hope. But he still wants her, and maybe he can still tell her the truth of his life, but not here. All right, you come into this shed, please. I want to tell you the truth of my life. Okay, come in. All right, okay. The truth of my life is that I own a lot of old sandwiches. A really big collection of old sandwiches in my cupboard. And that is the truth of my life. Do you still want to have sex with me?
In the shed. This is the sandwich I bought from Sainsbury's in 1994. It's my first sandwich.
That's what started me collecting, because I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's a nice sandwich, I want to keep that.
Have you not got any older sandwiches? It seems like a pretty poor collection. There's only 8 sandwiches here.
Yeah, starting in 1994, and you buy one sandwich every 3 years or so. That's a terrible collection.
Yeah, I don't really like sandwiches.
Don't like collecting things either. It's fucking stupid. Okay, bye. Alright, so they're in the shed looking at his sandwiches, and Will says, listen, you live the other side of town. My place is closer. Do you want to? And she says, yes. No, hang on. I was going to say, do you want to go home alone? Because I don't want to walk you home. And my place is, I'm just going to go now. Okay, bye. Well, okay, you didn't want to have sex? No, I don't want to have sex. I'm a pig. Come on, let's make a run for it. So it's raining heavily. Will and Eve run towards the apartment block. They reach the entrance to the lobby and Will fumbles with his keys. Eve looks back towards the alley. There's a load of floating heads there. Eve looks back towards the alley. The previous night seems like an age ago. Finally, a key is in the lock and they enter. Brrr! Freezing, 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 says Eve. We should get out of these wet clothes.
Yes.
Pause.
Rah.
Oh no, I forgot about the bear. Oh, no, they die. He takes the coat from her and hangs it up. She is soaking wet underneath. Both of their clothes cling to their youthful bodies, giving a clear outline of what lies beneath.
Sexy time.
He goes into his bedroom. She sees the post-it notes, and there on the table, the bottle of whiskey, besides which are a couple of pills. Odd. No, a couple of pills is even. But it immediately passes from her concern as he returns. He has with him 2 big towels. He tosses one over to Eve, who dries her hair. He dries his own hair.
Yeah, sexy.
When she removes the towel from her face, she sees him. He has tried to remove his shirt, but because of the wetness, it's caught on his head. But because of the glue, it is glued to his head.
Yeah.
I've got a shirt glued to my head. Help me, Eve. I can't get my shirt off my head. Oh no, you've glued it onto your head. I thought you didn't hang around on display. What gave you that idea? What made you question whether or not I hang around on display? That's a weird question. Do you hang around on display, Will? What? I don't understand your question. I mean, do you ever find yourself hanging around on display? No. Is no the answer you're looking for? I mean, it seems odd to say yes or no. I mean, I'm not a packet of pens in a stationery store.
Oh, because I thought you were a packet of pens.
So she says, I thought you didn't hang around on display. And he says, a little help, please. She goes to his aid and helps him pull off his shirt.
And get his pens out.
She tosses it to the floor. It makes a wet slapping sound.
Whoa, sexy time.
Then she makes a wet slapping sound.
Because she's a wet slapper.
This is proved to be true by the fact she makes a wet slapping sound.
Yeah.
No, it makes a wet slapping sound.
Yeah.
She grabs a towel and dries him off precisely. Like she doesn't accidentally dry a lamp or dry the sofa or start drying a random dog.
Yeah.
No, she's precise and dries him off. No, she dries him off precisely, slowly, sexually.
Sexually?
So she's rubbing his cock in the towel, I reckon.
It says sexually.
It says sexually. It says she dries him off precisely, slowly, sexually. And that's
Sexually.
not sensually, but
Yes.
sexually, which I think means rubbing his penis with a towel. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're particularly wet around the penis. Like, no, I think I'm dry there now. No, you're not. I've got to rub it some more. I think the rest of me's still quite wet. Look, it's a very dry penis. You're focusing too much on that area. So she dries him off precisely, slowly, penisally. When she is done, she turns around to show him the back of her dress. She lifts her hair away, revealing a long, delicate neck.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just. It sounds
She's
like.
a swan! What's going on?
But it sounds like she's like it's not her neck, not revealing her long. It's like she's got a swan, cut its neck off, and then glued it
That's
to
where
the
I keep it.
Yeah, glued it to her back, but she covers it with her hair, so you don't see it. And then she's like, "I've got something to show you, Will."
Yeah.
Like, oh, what is it? Okay, it's my swan neck that I glued to my back.
Yeah,
I've gone off you a bit.
She can't keep it on general display like those pens because it's illegal to kill a swan and wear its neck in it.
Yeah, especially the wearing his neck part. The queen gets well annoyed. She lifts her hair away, revealing a long, No, it gets worse. I can't believe I didn't read. We just had that whole conversation. I had not read the second half of this line.
Oh, wow.
Right? It says, she lifts her hair away, revealing a long, delicate neck, which looks good enough to eat. He's like, oh, that looks nice. Shall we fry it? I've always wanted to eat swan, but I thought you'd get in trouble with the queen if you do. I mean, that is a weird stage direction, isn't it? That's something a character might say, but you don't put But that is like the designer of this film's going, right, the makeup artist going, right, okay, I think we're going to have to draw some sausages on her neck. Draw some hamburgers on. Can someone draw hamburgers on her neck, please?
Someone put some jam on it. Get some peanut butter. Yeah. Just spreading it on her.
Yeah. And I think you've got peanut butter and jam on your neck. Is there a reason? I thought you might like to eat me. All right. What you mean literally? Literally eat you? Yes, that's right. I'm suicidal too. He tentatively begins to eat her.
Yum 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 yum. Oh, she's dead.
He tentatively begins to unbutton her. Right. Not her dress.
Yeah.
He's like unbuttoning her, and inside, it's a crab! No, he tentatively begins to unbutton her. Her innards come out. Her heart falls on the floor, and her gizzards. Each button undone is like cranking the volume up past 11. Each button undone is like cranking the volume up past 11. That's a stage direction, my friends. That's for the director. Each button undone is like cranking the volume up past 11.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it depends what you're using, isn't it? Because like my computer volume goes up to 100. So cranking it up past 11 is not that big a deal. No. It's like I still can't hear it. Because like, could you maybe crank it up to 12? Right, so they've gone back to Will's together, right? And they've taken their clothes off.
Yes,
right?
and the twist is he's a robot.
No, we're not on the twist yet, right? But the script does tell us that Eve has dried Will's penis precisely.
Yeah.
Right? Which means that she has not accidentally dried a lamp. They kiss, and she tugs at his belt.
Hello.
Then, well, this is at the bottom of the page, so I don't know what happens next, but it says, then... colon, as if something big's about to happen.
It's a magic belt. Like when you pull on his belt, he travels through time. A bear comes out. What?
It's a bear summoning belt. I think like aliens land, all those heads burst in and attack.
His head comes off and floats off.
Yeah,
that's what keeps his head on. His belt.
It's like the catch.
Yeah.
When you undo the catch, his head falls off.
No, don't pull that. Oh! And his body deflates and his head just lifts up.
His head flies off like a deflating balloon, like around the room, and then oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, it lands with a wet slap.
Yeah, because he's a wet slapper as well. Brilliant. Okay, now it seems like it's going to be a big deal because I mean, if it were just she tugs at his belt, then takes his trousers off and blows him, then you probably wouldn't need the colon and the space, right? So it's got to be then something unexpected happens, right? Like she undoes it and a bear comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
They kiss and she tugs at his belt. Then, Will, wait, stop. What? If you undo my belt, my head comes off. What? It's true, that's the catch that keeps my head on. All right, no, Will says, wait, stop. What? I can't.
Oh.
What? I'm sorry, it's not right. Pause.
Sorry, I was drinking it.
She suddenly feels very naked. She's
very
still got
naked.
pants on,
Very
right?
naked is the name of a dwarf. It's like sleepy, grumpy, snoozy,
Nakedy.
go sleepy, doc, and very, very naked.
Go sleepy.
Very naked.
Yeah, all of them should have an adverb as well, shouldn't they? Because they're all adjectives, right? Grumpy and sleepy. They were very, quite grumpy.
Yeah.
Extremely doc. All right, pause.
Ah!
She suddenly feels very naked. Oh, get off me.
Ooh. Ooh, I didn't know you felt like that way.
Oh, look at you, feeling a dwarf.
What are you feeling a dwarf for?
Covering herself, she stands and locates a towel, which she wraps around herself. Sorry, I'm correcting your grammar.
My grandma's not here. She don't need correcting.
She got that. She got the use of pronoun wrong.
You're correcting her from deceased to alive. Is that what you do?
Exactly. Come on, Grandma.
Hooray!
Yeah, exactly. She's getting it wrong.
I feel sad now.
Fair enough. That was quite a sad joke. I don't know why you made it.
Oh God! And now I'm thinking about dying myself. Oh shit! What have you done?
All right, think about the magic belt.
Oh God!
Quick, think about the magic belt.
It just makes me think my head's gonna deflate.
You haven't got one. Only Will has one.
Okay.
All right. Will's just said he doesn't want to do it because it's not right. She says, "Is there someone else? Is that it? You're married?" And Will says, "No, that's not it." She picks up her dress. "Where's your bathroom?" He points. No, she goes into the bathroom. Eve slams the door behind her. She looks at herself in the mirror long and hard. She holds back the tears. She is breathing erratically and calms herself.
There, me. There.
Yeah. Come on. Okay, I'm all right. It's almost like you're saying to the actors, just go for your life, ham the crap out of it. Basically, I've written a bunch of stage directions here, but I might as well have just said, she hams it up in the bathroom. Right? That would have described this scene just as well. She pulls her dress on and starts doing the buttons up. It is then she notices the sink. Oh my God, it's a sink. I never expected to see one of those in a bathroom.
That's why he wouldn't sleep with me. He's got a sink.
There are about 50 or so pills of different types. Strange. She then notices a few stray bottles on the floor. Stray bottles. They're the ones that have got no owners. They're like barking. Yeah.
Get off me. Get off me, stray bottles.
Leave me alone. No, I won't give you a bone. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Also lying on the floor, the opened packet of razor blades. Wait a minute, she says. It's like he was trying to stage a suicide. He's faking suicide. Okay, I understand the situation. He wants me to think that he was going to commit suicide. That's why there's an open bottle of vodka, lots of pills. Here's a gun. Here's a packet of razor blades. Here's a note that just says, I'm going to kill myself, honest, 50 times on it.
She looks next to the pill bottles is the razor blades. Next to the razor blades is the gun. Next to that is a noose. There's like a guillotine.
Everything, yeah.
With his head in the basket. He is dead. It was his ghost. Oh, there was a floating head walking around. Yeah.
Back in the flat, Will sits lost in thought. I've been a complete idiot. He looks up to find her standing above him, holding a razor blade. She cuts his head off.
It floats.
No, but she is holding a razor blade. She drops the razor blade onto the table beside his whiskey and pills. There was never any intimacy, was there? He can say nothing.
Why?
Because she glued his mouth shut earlier.
Oh, okay, you remember that. Yeah. He got that glue on his shirt, didn't he? He got stuck in his head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Slowly she turns and walks away, reaches the front door and opens it. Corridor. Eve strides towards the stairwell.
Past the floating heads.
That's a weird reaction, isn't it? She's gone back to his house. I can understand, you go back to someone's house and you find a load of suicide paraphernalia. You're going to be freaked out. Yeah. But it's a weird reaction to then go, I don't like you anymore, I'm going. Or, why does she think there was no intimacy? She's like, you were going to kill yourself, and then you met me, so therefore you were pretending to be intimate.
I don't know.
Because of the razor blades.
I don't know.
All you really fancy is razor blades.
Women, innit?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Women written by Howard.
I mean, basically,
yes.
she's the kind of really kind of annoying person that says, oh, guess what I do for a job? Guess this.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think he does for... Who do you think she's getting married to? Oh, look, come and tell me a story. Let's be in a bubble of intimacy.
Yeah, absolutely, bubble of intimacy, yeah. Oh, bubble of truth.
Oh, are you going to kill yourself? I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. I don't care about your story now.
Hang on, I came and thought you're gran.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not a caring nurse. Oh, shit, I am.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No, not yet. She's going to be
Fuck
trained.
you, you suicidal prick.
She hasn't done the training for caring about suicidal people yet.
They haven't taught you not to run out on suicide victims, I was going to say.
Risks.
Suicide risks, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
a bit selfish. She's just a selfish woman.
I would say.
Selfish woman, a typical selfish woman.
She is absolutely a typical, but what she is she is a typical female character written by a man, right?
That's unfair.
Because so many female characters written by men are just the most annoying people that you could ever encounter.
Yeah, but I mean,
completely unrealistic and just worst, awful people.
I think you need to,
because they are born from this fear that men have that women are going to essentially reject them like awful, unreasonable people.
I think you need to step back and consider the fact that he's horrendous too, and not assume that I'm just being some. I don't write horrible for women. I'm just horrible for everyone.
Fair enough. No, I mean, I am talking more about other people, not you. But I do find that's another thing I find quite annoying. Again, mostly in genre stuff because that's what I watch. But I think it's a TV thing again. That deliberately annoying character who's been written to be annoying, but is this thing that has become a kind of archetype that doesn't exist in reality. I've never met a woman like that, but I've seen hundreds of them on TV. Just this annoying, selfish, horrible, awful person, and that is very much a female character on TV, and does not exist, or at least not in my experience. Maybe America.
I mean, both these people are horrible. The stupid, horrible white people that live in really posh places in fucking London. They're horrible hipsters who complain about shit.
They are total hipsters, definitely. I mean, they got on the London Eye and played music.
They are fucking despicable.
They are awful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were...
That is the mainstay of like romance, though. It's just really horrible white people.
Awful
like
white
middle
people.
class,
falling in love.
fucking like, or middle to upper class.
Absolutely. Upper middle class white people having a little bit of difficulty falling in love with each other. But not too much. Yeah. But like, they almost don't fall in love, but then they do. It's okay. And because they're upper middle class white people, they get to live happily ever after for real. Because they're never going to have any more problems.
Usually one of them's got a fucking castle as well, so... So maybe often in if it's not a romantic comedy, then usually someone will die or something in a romance, because you can't have it. It's either hilarious or it's got to have a sad ending. But so you go, oh, I feel sorry for this incredibly rich
person who's the love of their life has just died, which is tragic, obviously. Hey, at least they've got everything else going for them in the world, and they're young and attractive, and given a couple of years, they probably will get over this person who they knew for 2 weeks.
Yes, we should. Yeah, who she knew. She knows this guy for like. They've known each other for like
6 hours or something, 6-7 hours.
They met last night, so it's morning now.
It was late last. It was like closing time last night. And now it's morning, so it's going to be 6-7 hours.
There was never any intimacy. No,
of course not.
6 hours again.
What are you talking about? Oh, but I made that bubble of intimacy. Yeah. You don't remember? But that was bollocks, right? I was just like saying what I thought you wanted to hear.
Actually, now I think back, you were a complete cunt to me, weren't you? you just walked me out of duty. You don't like me,
Yes, that's true.
Fucked off.
But I mean, I would say the same thing about you. You were annoying, and you took me to see your gran 5 hours after meeting me. That was weird. All right, you made me go on the London Eye at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not even open. You made me break into the London Eye and play you a song while there were 30 Japanese people there. I mean, how hipster can you get? Right?
They loved you, those Japanese people. The bear was there as well, I remember that. They ate all those Japanese people.
The Japanese people would have enjoyed it more if they weren't being eaten by a bear while it was happening. Well, meanwhile, the two white people...
family.
Exactly. The two safe white people who nothing bad can ever happen to, except maybe they have a little bit of trouble falling in love. Yeah. The bear doesn't touch them.
Yeah.
So Eve found Will's suicide paraphernalia that he foolishly left out in his sink.
Yeah.
Right? And then got upset because that means there was never any intimacy for some reason. And then she left. She has gone.
Yeah, the twist is she comes back. That's going to be the big twist.
Don't talk about your twist. There's no twist, is there? You're lying
about
the twist.
Big twist.
This is almost finished. The twist is going to be, and they fall in love.
You're going to be so excited
dumb.
When you hear the twist.
All right, let's. Anyway, so Eve's gone. That's the twist. The twist is Eve leaves, and Will goes. All right then. The end. Anyway, here we go. So this is what happens next. Back in Will's flat, Will is caught in a web of deceit and love.
Oh,
a spider is going to eat him.
Yeah, that loves him. A lovely, deceitful spider.
Yeah. The spiders are like...
Oh, a lovely, deceitful spider.
Yeah. And the spider's going like, I am a pig as well. I am also a pig. Look at me, I'm a pig. I love you. I love you. No, a web of deceit and love. No, I am a pig. Here I come. Yes, I'm going to kiss you. You know you're going to eat me.
With my lovely snout, yes. You've not got a snout, you've got 8 legs.
Look, I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug you with my web. No, pigs don't have webs. This one does.
Yes, we do. We all do. You've got 12. No, what? No. Yes.
You deceitful spider.
I want to wrap my 8 trotters around you.
Are you 2 pigs?
Yes.
No, the web of deceit. Outside in the street, it is still pouring with rain. Will bursts through the lobby door, out into the street. In the distance, he sees Eve turn a corner. He races after her, calling her name. Eve! Eve! No, don't leave me, Eve! I'm going to kill myself. No, I'm not going to kill myself. I mean, which one do you want? He pursues her all the time, gaining ground. Though she is aware she is being chased and tries harder to escape. Oh my God.
She's being chased, isn't she? She's not having sex.
Yeah. But it's got a bit terrifying then, isn't it? Basically, she's like, oh shit, he's chasing me. And he's probably got a razor blade.
Yeah.
I'll run away. In the park, Eve tears through the park trying to evade him, when she suddenly takes a nasty fall.
Oh no.
Twisting her ankle and cutting her leg.
Oh shit.
Will catches up and finds her lying in the mud and rain, her leg bleeding.
Oh no.
It's gone awful.
Ha 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 ha, he says.
He scoops her up in his arms. She struggles to be free at first, flailing out, striking him, but he is tough and will not let go.
Will not let go.
Yeah, will not let go, he says.
Yeah, and that's when we find out that he was the bear all along. Twist!
That would be a good twist. Rawr. The rain inside his flat. We're inside his flat.
Oh, yeah.
The rain continues to pound against the window outside. Eve, looking less like a drowned rat, wrapped in a dressing gown, lies on the settee. Will, with
Looking less like a drowned rat.
yeah, just so you've got to go back. Oh shit, go back. Eve's got to look like a drowned rat through the whole script. She is wearing a rat costume, and is wet.
Yeah.
She's wearing a dead, wet rat costume because it's Halloween. Will, with ointment, massages. It is weird how you don't know how sentences work, isn't it? Will, with ointment, massages her injured leg in his hands.
Fuck off! I mean, you know what it means. What's the matter?
I do, but it's such a simple. It's such a simple
What order is it?
Everyone. That's how syntax
makes
works.
sense, doesn't it?
But only just. It's just it's weird. It's such
It's
a.
written for actors, isn't it? They're all morons.
Yeah, so
they're
you
all
should
morons.
write them an easier to understand
If you
sentence.
write them,
then.
if you write complex sentences, they
No,
can't
I don't
understand them.
I'm not suggesting you do. What I'm suggesting is it's actually a very
Will,
simple
with
sentence.
ointment, massages her leg in his hands. What's wrong with that?
It's all back to front and upside down.
Yeah, it's set
You don't need any more.
It's
It's
set
just in the
Wonderland.
wrong order.
That's it's Wonderland.
Is Will? I mean, firstly, you don't say in his. You don't need to say in his hands because what else is he going to massage her with?
with his penis.
Yeah, I mean, if he was using his feet or his penis or his face,
Yeah.
then you'd need to specify. But if he's using his hands, don't specify.
Well, he was a bear in the early scene. You need to know that he's not got paws. Rah!
Yeah. Will. When I told you my mother died of a broken heart, that wasn't strictly true. No, I kind of guessed that because that's not a disease. After my dad died, she was lost. Really, she died with him, but she kept going for my sake.
She was a ghost.
Until I turned 18. Then she took her own life. Wow. On my 18th birthday, the bitch.
Happy birthday.
It's almost like she was doing it on purpose to make it worse. I mean, if she'd done it just when my dad died, I could have dealt with them both at once. But she's like, no, I'll wait 6 months for your birthday. You fucking bastard. And then I woke up on my birthday expecting presents. I was just about over me dad. And I woke up and I looked down at the end of my bed and my mum was hanging there. She did it right at the end of my bed, just swinging away, hanging. She even put the fan on. She put the fan on to make sure she'd be swinging when I woke up.
She didn't. She slit her wrist, but then got inside the box and closed the lid. She managed to do that.
What box?
Present box.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I unwrapped her.
And Eve rightly says, "That's terrible. Killing yourself on your son's birthday."
Doesn't say on his birthday.
On his birthday.
Not what it says.
And doing it at the end of his bed. So you're the first thing he sees when he wakes up on his 18th birthday. It's a milestone birthday as well.
It's just cutting your own head off on your son's 18th birthday.
It does say that. Because
placing that head inside a box and wrapping it and leaving it as his first present. Letting him open it and find his mum's head in a box.
I mean, it's quite impressive that you can wrap your own head after you've cut it off, but no, it does, because it doesn't say when until I was 18. It says until I turned 18.
Yeah.
Then she took her own life, which really, the sequence of tenses really suggests that she waited until the moment he turned 18. She's like, like she's thinking, when was he born? He was born at like 4 a.m. Okay, so 3:30. Hang on, okay, 3:45. 4 o'clock. pull the lever, trapdoor opens. Dead.
Yeah, sure, but you don't stop being 18, do you? For another whole
No,
year,
but
right?
that's the point. It says until I turned 18.
Yeah.
Not when I was 18. No, he said, kind to me. She waited till I was old enough to cope, but ultimately she had to be kind to herself. Suicide doesn't have to be a cowardly or selfish act, Eve. But why you? He stands. He pulls a slightly wet and screwed up piece of paper from his jeans. It is the question sheet from the retirement home. What was that?
For the Alzheimer test.
Oh, right. So, and he says, ask me the questions. Her eyes well up with the suggestion of tears. Wow. Now, again, you demand a lot from your actors. Yeah. No, not actual tears. Could you well up with the suggestion of tears? Like, no, Howard, that's a physical impossibility.
They're getting paid. They're getting paid, right? Do what's in the stage directions.
But Howard, that's a physical impossibility. It's like, that cannot happen. It's a sentence that contradicts itself. She is afraid to ask these questions. Go on. What's your age?
12.
33 or 4?
4? I think you know.
33 or 4?
I think it's probably 33, love. I mean, like, you're definitely not 4.
What is the year now? 2008? He shrugs. Her lip quivers as she speaks. So is he basically proving to her that he's got Alzheimer's? Is that what's going on here?
Something like that, yeah.
Do you know who I am? Will smiles. You're Eve. She smiles back through tear-glazed eyes.
Barry, isn't it?
Yeah. Steve. No, almost. Just without the stuff. You're Eve. She smiles back through tear-glazed eyes, happy he knows her, but sad as she realises his plight.
Oh, he's got a plight.
He's got a plight. Do you remember the year of your birth? No, but I've got it down to one of 2 years. It was either, either 33 years ago or 4 years ago. When was the First World War? He has no answer.
Oh, I don't know that either.
She is crying a little now. I don't understand. Will says, I have a condition. He stands and goes to his post-it notes and looks through them. He locates one and plugs it from the wall. Frontotemporal lobar degeneration.
Oh, there you go then.
A form of dementia.
Okay.
But you're young. Right now, I have trouble remembering facts, small things, and things I haven't personally experienced. But it gets worse, and in a few years, potentially I'll... She reads the post-it note. She drops the post-it.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Put it back on the wall.
Don't drop my post-it. I need that to remember who I am.
What I've got.
Yeah, that's my memory is sticking on the floor. Last night, you interrupted me. You saved me, Eve. But you can't go on saving me, because sooner or later, it won't be me. Just a stranger with my face.
In a bag.
Oh, fucking hell. Is this something you've planned with some strangers, that they're going to cut your face off and wear it, or put it in a bag? They hold one another. Long silence. Throughout the following, outside the rain abates, and the sun begins to shine. Finally, Eve says, You have a piano. Yeah. You know, I just told you I've got dementia, right? And now you're noticing my piano. Is that relevant?
He should be like, oh my God, where did that come from?
Don't tell me before I look at my post-it note that says you've got a piano on it. Yeah, he shouldn't know if it's his piano.
Who are you? What's this piano doing here?
Is that your piano?
Yes. And you've just agreed to help me take it to the shop to sell it. Okay.
I also left all my money in your wallet.
In your bank account. I left all my money in your bank account. Oh, no, I'll get it out for you.
Oh, let's go to the bank then. Yeah, just the end is just Eve turning out to be utterly evil. Yeah. That's why she's called Eve. It's been a clue. It was foreshadowing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it turns out her surname is Ill.
Yeah.
Eve Ill.
Yeah.
You have a piano. Yes. You play. A little.
I think.
Moments later, he sits on the piano stool beside her. She rests her head on his shoulder. He slowly begins to play. You don't have to go today. Not today, no. Stay with me. For a while. Sing for me. He sings Fragile Lullaby. The fucking depressing end.
Yeah.
As the credits roll, we see him shoot himself. But he was depressed, but on the bright side, at least she's got all his money.
Yeah, she didn't get herself in his will. That's why he's called Will, right? She's called Evil, right?
Yeah, that is exactly
he
it.
is just,
she's like, yeah.
He's a will.
Can you stay a while? I suppose they want. I would like you to just change your will so I can
sign this here.
It's a nice apartment you've got here. I mean, it's a shame about all the floating heads outside, but once you get inside, it's all right. Yeah. I like your key hook. That's my favourite. So maybe I could have all your money in your apartment, and then I'll help you kill yourself. Maybe we could use your mother's noose. After she's still hanging at the bottom of your bed, I see.
I forgot you were there.
I keep writing myself notes to get rid of her, but then I keep losing them.
I keep getting Berry Mum tattooed on my arm, but then I forget what an arm is.
Why do you need to know? Why does that stop you? All the things that you could have said you forgot. I was the only one that's completely illogical. I can't read the tattoo on my arm because I forgot my arm. Yeah. I never look at my own arms, so I forget to know what they are. I ignore them. I'm so distracted by trying to work out what those two things hanging off my shoulders are that I never read them.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
So, Howard.
That's me, I'm Howard. Hooray for me!
We've heard everything now. That's the end of the script. The script is finished, right?
Wow, what a barnstormer that was.
No, wait a minute. I have got two very important questions.
Okay.
All right? Firstly, you never actually told us what it's called, did you? Because it's not called Romancing the Howard. That's like a gag title for the Worst Writer show. Right. You have never told us what this script is called. Oh. And, second question... What happened to the twist? You have been promising me a twist for episodes, saying, "Oh, looking forward to the exciting twist," and then it ended with a piano song.
Yeah, with that, nobody was expecting that, were they? Because he was a guitarist.
So you've never mentioned the piano.
Yeah. That he's been carrying around on his back all the time.
That's true, because there's no, like, when he describes his flat at the beginning, his apartment, it's about how it's open plan, it's got a guitar in it. Now there's suddenly a piano there. Yeah. They never mention that.
He's had that on his back as well. He had a guitar over one shoulder, piano over the other.
That's not a twist, Howard. That's just poor writing.
Yeah.
That means you need to go back and redraft it so there's a piano in it at the beginning, and maybe he plays piano, or he plays the guitar at the end. There's no reason for him suddenly to play the piano. All that happened was she said, "Are you going to kill yourself?" No. And he's like, "Oh, after the song."
What a twist. Nobody was expecting him not to commit suicide in a movie called The Day Will Commit Suicide. That's what it's called.
All right, so tell me, why don't we know the name, and what is this twist?
No, it's called Forget Me Not, and twist is
It's called Forget Me Not.
Yes.
Like the flower.
Yeah.
Because you should have had some of them in it. I mean, she bought flowers. Why didn't she buy Forget-Me-Nots? Why have you never mentioned the tomato?
How do you know that she didn't?
I hope she did. Anyway, so that's not a twist. That's just a title. What's the twist?
So the twist is that it was so good.
Yeah. That it was good.
That we persuaded some actors to do it.
What, you mean me? You're talking about me? I did it just now, right?
No, some less good actors.
Okay.
Persuaded some professional.
Like to read it through for you?
Yeah, in front of cameras.
Are you telling me that this script that we just read about two people going for a walk and then not killing themselves right, and very little else with a surprise gran about 3/4 of the way through, are you telling me this is a film that I could go and watch now?
Yeah,
that someone made this film? So I'd better go and watch this film quickly then.
Can I watch it with you?
I'll tell you what, Howard.
Yeah.
What if we record ourselves watching it?
Oh.
You're telling me there's an actual movie of this script we just read. And it's the script. It's not like a vastly different thing. It's about two people going for a walk, fighting a tramp and meeting a gran, right? Is this... It's
no,
what we just read.
in space.
Of course, Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, this is real, right?
What's real?
This film, Forget Me Not, exists.
Yeah, Forget Me Not exists.
Shocking the crap out of me. We read Rapunzel and The Mystery of the Golden Past, and these are all just things that live in a drawer. No one else has even read them, let alone made a film out of them.
Yeah, well, the thing is that none of my other scripts were bad enough
to actually
there's a quality level you've got to dip under before anyone will agree to make it.
Okay.
And I really struck gold by writing some uninteresting... It went as bland as I could, and it was greenlit.
This is great. So
greenlit. And I've tried so hard ever since to write as poorly, but I just can't do it.
You can't get it. Okay, so what do you say me and you, watch this film, record ourselves watching that film.
Yes.
And then if the listener wants to watch us watching the film, they can. So we'll put it on our Patreon, but we'll make it public.
Yeah.
Right? So if you go to manbycow.com/forget-me-not, then you will be able to find that right now. Yeah. Because by the time we actually release this, we'll have done it and we'll put it all up together. So go and watch the film of Forget Me Not and see if the actors, who you may recognise from other things, see if you think they're better or worse than me talking to myself.
See if you prefer. See if you prefer Rufus's 14-year-old boobs or actual ladies or Mothma's 14-year-old boobs.
Okay. Thanks for listening to this very exciting romance story by Howard called Forget Me Not, apparently. We will be back in about 5 or 6 weeks with the next story, right? Which is called The Revenge of the Living Dead Went the Wrong Way, Humanoid Mole People. And is once again, it is a story written by very young Howard, 12-year-old Howard or something. So it's a classic. It's more along the lines of the Mystery of the Golden Bus, right? In the meantime, we are still going to be releasing every week.
What are we releasing?
But we're releasing on the Gret Binchleaf feed. The Gret Binchleaf Private Eye, which is also hosted by the wonderful British Comedy Guide. We are going to be releasing the end of the adventure of the Complicated Head.
The end of it?
We released the first 9 chapters with Man by Cow podcast long ago. And we decided to release the end of that book on the Gret Binchleaf feed. We're also going to upload the first 9 chapters so you can re-listen if you want to. But they will be coming over the next 5 weeks every Monday.
Great.
Then we'll be back with Worst Writer and the Revenge of the Mole Men, or whatever it's called. Whatever it's called. It's got a long title. It's going to be good. And of course, if you want even more stuff by us, then why not look into signing up to our secret gang, where if you join at any level, you will immediately get access to a load of stuff, video and audio.
Join at $7 right now and you will get the complete
Adventure of the Very Bad Dog. Yeah, 8 chapters. Well, actually, almost 8 chapters. It's another week until the last episode. But if you, in your first month, you'll get the whole Adventure of the Very Bad Dog.
Yes.
Plus so much more. And it's really helpful to us because we can keep making these shows and also eat. Which is nice, isn't it? It's really nice to be able to eat and stuff and pay rent and things. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Laters, taters.
Meow.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.